six-man tag team match is set for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Austin Aries. Weighing 229 pounds, Otunga. From Ghana, West Africa, weighing 221 pounds, Kofi Kingston. And representing Team Hardcore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Blue Meanie. His opponent, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, Cena. Jimmy Uso.
Felt like a lion in a room full of vultures. Trying to slow me down, the bird got focused. Gave me no shot, the girl still noticed. Repping my culture, repping my ear, lava like a soldier. Now I'm on flag hanging off of my wrist. Step Steve Nash.
Our second six-man tag match of the night. We have Austin Aries, Kofi Kingston, and David Otunga versus Blue Meanie, Jimmy Uso, and John Cena. Now, for those of you who are not quite sure what the premise of this match is, these teams have been randomly selected as per the Superbrawl rules in qualification for the Fuck the World title, in which there will be 24 teams of 3 competing for the Fuck the World title, in which 6 of those teams of 3 will make it into a 20-man Royal Rumble. Now 6 and 3 is 18. 2 more, that's Tazz and Sabu, which will be the last 2 of the 20 men in the Royal Rumble, the 2 owners of the FTW title to ever hold it. And we have this match going on now between the ECW veteran, the Blue Meanie, and Austin Aries. But Austin Aries made a tag to David Otunga. David Otunga competed last night on Raw, in which he lost to the opening match against Jack Swagger. And now we have Blue Meanie actually cleared our announce table, and David Otunga went out to meet him, but Blue Meanie decided to come back into the ring here and fight against David Otunga, whipping him into his tag's corner. John Cena now coming into the ring. You can see his tag partner on the opposite team here, Kofi Kingston. They have been working together as of late and actually earned a title shot for the tag team titles on Raw. They earned that title last night when they defeated the team of Team Cobra of Santino Marella and Zack Ryder. And we also have Austin Aries from Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. We have not seen him for some amount of time. He lost a triple threat match against Mr. Anderson and Eric Young, actually last week. And that was the last match he had. And he was the man pinned in that match, which was very unfortunate for him, as we see John Cena getting whipped into his own corner. David Otunga is quite a singles competitor. He often wrestles in singles matches as he gets a nice hip toss from the veteran John Cena. John Cena is one of the most veteran wrestlers in this match in terms of big name matches. We have as well Jimmy Uso, who is one of the newer wrestlers, just became a part of the league this week when he competed in Hardcore Justice against many other newcomers. He competed against Damian Sandow, Antonio Cesaro, Brian Pillman, and Chainsaw Charlie, and Jim Neidhart, who eventually won the 6-man ladder match for a number 1 contenders match. Jimmy Uso did fairly well in that match, and his brother Jey Uso will likely be competing in the tag team division on Raw quite shortly. As we get a crossbody from Austin Aries, assisted by David Otunga. He cannot see Cena as he gets a huge punch to the face. And Cena going for some damage onto the leg of Austin Aries. Austin Aries, a great title competitor in his prime, but has not had luck as of yet in the TNA brand. He has not done so well in the Royal Rumble, and as I mentioned earlier, he was pinned in the 3-man tag match. As Austin Aries now gets the back of John Cena, being able to pin a man like John Cena would likely help out Austin Aries' career, even though John Cena is not in the same brand as him. We actually have quite a few members of the Raw roster in this match tonight on ECW. As we get a huge suplex from Cena to Austin Aries. Blue Meanie, actually a member of the ECW roster, part of Team Hardcore along with Goldust and Phantom, who we saw earlier tonight compete against Sandman and Dreamer. Phantom and Goldust were able to win that match. It was a Tag Team Tornado Extreme Rules match in which Goldust was able to get the pin on, I believe it was Tommy Dreamer, and that resulted in the now supposed breakup of Sandman and Tommy Dreamer. We'll get more development on that story next week as we see the 2 teammates of Kofi Kingston and John Cena now fight, as we get a Luis press from John Cena. They know they have another title shot next week, but if they can get a second title before they've got that guaranteed title, they may be one of the few men that get a double title, as we get a 1, 2, 3 count. No, 1, 2, 3, as we get counters in a rope break by John Cena. He had his hands on the ropes, I believe, or Kofi was able to get a hand on the ropes, as we get another takedown by Cena, taking the arm down of Kofi Kingston. Now these men have been wrestling with each other for a little bit of time now. They might know each other's weaknesses and what to focus against their own teammate in this matchup where they're actually facing each other. A nice Hurricane Rana from the top rope by Kofi Kingston to John Cena. John Cena countering that pickup though. His teammates have scattered from the corner as they were not going to interrupt Kofi Kingston's move on John Cena and his fears of hurting John Cena. Now these teams are randomly made. There's not quite a companionship between the teammates, but they will try and help each other out for a common goal of getting a chance at that FTW title. Kofi Kingston with a giant headbutt, that giant leap, but John Cena punching him, trying to get him into that allied corner here. As we have much of the action blocked, but there's a lot of counters going on between Kofi and John Cena. John Cena countering that lift into a giant powerbomb out of the corner, slamming Kofi right into the middle of this mat. With that elbow to the face, John Cena is getting it going now against his tag partner, Kofi Kingston. But now he's going to tag in one of the other tag division members, Jimmy Uso. Now it's Jimmy Uso against Kofi Kingston. Jimmy Uso, a member of one of the great wrestling families, son of Rikishi. As we see Jimmy Uso now, the neckbreaker onto Kofi Kingston. Giant double elbow to Kofi Kingston, grabbing the arm, counter. Now Kofi has the back of Uso, and we get an arm break from Kofi Kingston to Jimmy Uso. Series of punches between the two combatants as they try and get a footing against each other. As we get a nice lift by Kofi Kingston to a gut buster to the gut of Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso, great wrestler, great lineage, Leonoli family. So we get a headlock takedown from Jimmy Uso with that elbow to the back of the head. A move commonly outlawed in UFC fighting is allowed here in wrestling in the WWE and ECW. Now, even though this is ECW, there is no extreme rules for this match. We are unable to have an extreme rules match with 6 men in the ring. The referees have outlawed it as they will not be able to follow the match enough. As we see, Austin Aries has gotten a tag in from that tag team maneuver from Kofi Kingston. And now Austin Aries has been able to put some momentum against Jimmy Uso, trying to injure the arm, perhaps, of Uso. Uso looks like a much bigger man in comparison to Austin Aries. Austin Aries is quite small. In fact, as he gets a nice low drop kick right to the face of Austin Aries, as Cena and Blue Meanie are calling for attack from Uso. Uso has been in there for quite some time and has gotten a bit beat up by Kingston and Austin Aries. David Otunga has not been in the match for quite some time. Neither has Blue Meanie. As we get a stomp to the arm and a punch. A nice drop kick, very quick from Austin Aries. There's a lot of speed in him. But will his speed be able to match the strength of the 3 men he is facing here in Jimmy Uso, John Cena, and the Blue Meanie? Once again, Cena and Blue Meanie cheering on Uso as Uso knocks out Austin Aries to the outside. John Cena picks him up right away, and they're going to try and work together, although they're a bit of a miscommunication as Cena tosses Austin Aries back into the ring. It gets tackled right into our announce table off the apron by Austin Aries as Blue Meanie tosses Austin Aries back into the ring here. Now it's almost a 3v1 match. Now Uso running around the ring trying to get back into the ring, but running into Blue Meanie getting in the way. Now a new legal man, David Otunga, in this match. Otunga sliding out to the outside trying to grab Uso, but Uso getting back into the ring. But Otunga able to grab Uso quickly. Here's a nice kick to the face and a shot to the arm, trying weaken that arm of Uso. Get a series of punches. Into a grapple from, into a Russian leg sweep from David Otunga. Now these matches have been about the weakest link of the team. Will Jimmy Uso be the weakest link of his team? Will his inexperience in this league make the better of him in this match? As we get a submission maneuver here. He's able to counter out of that with that knee to the head of David Otunga. Otunga able to counter that speed with a nice move there, lifting Uso up over his back and sending Uso to the outside now. Cena blocking the way, telling Otunga, you're not going to get to my teammate. I'm going to let my teammate get back in on his own terms. But Otunga sends him right back out. And now Cena doesn't block him this time, but goes to try and help his teammate. Cena tries to grab David Otunga and blocks as Uso gets sent into the steel steps. Otunga lifts up Cena and slams him onto that lightly padded concrete. We have these four men now as we get a very nice move from Otunga, slamming Cena right onto that concrete. These men have got to get in before that 10 count. A nice hit to the, as we get a bomb by Jimmy Uso to David Otunga as he slides into the ring, slides back out to reset the count as he wants to try and win this match legit. He does not want to win by count out like that last 6-man tag match in which Ryback was not able to get back into the ring in time. Uso and John Cena are fighting 3v2 here as Blue Meanie has had a hard time finding his way back over to his teammates. As we see two members of the opposing team sent over those steel steps. David Otunga now sliding back into the ring. The legal men back into the ring as the other four men in this match walk around the outside and try to get back to their corners. David Otunga, even though he was attacked quite a lot, was able to get the first hit when they got back into the ring. Uso now in another submission maneuver here by David Otunga, but countering once again with that knee to the head. Otunga now trying to fight into his corner and picks up Otunga here after that huge flapjack-like maneuver. And kicks Otunga out to the outside with Cena now mudhole stomps Otunga and sends him back into the ring. Uso having a bit of a stretch on the outside as David Otunga gets sent over the top rope by Cena. He tried to spear Cena into the announce table once again, but was not able to. Oh my God! David Otunga just sent Jimmy Uso right through our announce table. He used his momentum against him and just sent him through. As we see Jimmy Uso now trying to get back into the ring with that drop kick, but was not able to get all the way across. As we get Uso sent into the enemy corner now. We're about to get a double team maneuver, but running out of the corner, Uso is able to get a DDT and tag his tag team partner, Blue Meanie, into the match now. Blue Meanie now fighting against Kofi Kingston. As Kofi Kingston is now the legal man. So we get Kofi Kingston to send Blue Meanie into the corner here. Tagging in Austin Aries. Double team maneuver with a bit of a speed up. The intense speed of these two competitors. Sending that double hip toss. But Blue Meanie with a giant belly to back suplex. Sending Austin Aries all the way across that ring. Blue Meanie now tagging in John Cena. John Cena versus Austin Aries. With a loose press from John Cena. Smacking the face of Austin Aries against that mat repeatedly. And is calling for Austin Aries to get up here. Going to look for a big move here. That's going to look for an attitude adjustment. That was not quite an attitude adjustment there. That huge spear. Another huge spear to Austin Aries. And now a huge drop from John Cena. He's got it rolling now. He's going to drag Austin Aries in the middle of the ring. Try and go for a pin here, most likely. Yes, one. Only one count. Austin Aries able to kick out after getting dragged around so long. As Cena gets his arm twisted by Austin Aries. Gets into a headlock. Gets grabbed to the back now from Austin Aries. A reverse Hurricane Rana slamming the back of the head of John Cena against the mat. A devastating move by Austin Aries. As we get a giant suplex now from Austin Aries. He's going to go for another one now. Lifting Cena once again for another suplex. Going for a third. 3 suplexes from Austin Aries. Finally releases. John Cena must be devastated after those 2 amazing moves. As we get a submission maneuver now on Austin Aries. Blue Meanie able to actually interrupt that maneuver. David Otunga interrupted. And now, double team maneuver by Otunga and Austin Aries. Double Larson leg sweep. David Otunga has got to get out of the ring. Referee has physically grabbed Otunga and told him that he got to get out of the ring. 5 count. Otunga wasn't able to get out of the ring. He's disqualified. Blue Meanie, John Cena, Jimmy Uso win this match.